up? It's Kay, and I am backing up, so you're gonna have to hold on. This is the slow talking and to the point video. Ooh, the ghetto. Why are you going forward and you in reverse? What kind of carrying on? This car is stupid, and I want her to know that she's stupid because she doesn't have the knowledge. We're going forward, niece, forward. Where am I? 911. So we got this not blonde, wasn't redhead heifer that's gonna get on my nerves throughout the whole episode. She's a weather reporter, and she is. What direction are you going? Because I'm going this way, but you gonna go. Okay. Well, you do you, sis. You do you. What am I talking about? Yeah, the weather reporter, redhead. She in a helicopter. The helicopter had something go on, girl. I wasn't really paying attention, but she was in danger, mortal danger, and the fire squad come get her. And she alright, she relieved, she glad she ain't dead. And then she took that to mean, let me do a story on the squad. So now she gonna be a fly up everybody behind, for the whole episode. In the meantime, we have Bobby going through because it's his daughter's 13th birthday, but we know she is no longer for this world. She's not with us no more. She's, a celestial being, a heavenly body. So he's feeling some kind of way because, what's her name? Brooke has gone on to glory. And, you'd be sad and stuff. He's sad. He's kind of off his game. And when the reporter lady comes by, he's already very private anyway. But he is extra kind of, shook up because it's his deceased daughter's birthday. And, this ain't the time. This ain't the time. So, she nosing around, and he just kind of like, ain't nobody got time for this. While everybody else is like, yeah, we'll give you an interview. Or, Henrietta's like, either way is fine with me, whatever. But, Buck and Eddie and Chimney, they're boys, and they're ego-driven, and they like to be out forefront doing their thing. So they out forefront doing their thing, basically. Why get in this lane when I know I need to turn in just a minute in the other lane? Because I want to get by the school bus, but I know I'm not going to pass it. I know who I am. I know, actually. The ghetto. I was finna pass it, but then it started speeding up. So I'm going to just stay right here until I absolutely have to get over. Which is about now. Anyway. Let's get to the first mess. They get a phone call. Oh, I forgot to tell you about Ghost Whisperer because I really don't care. But her, she done moved out from living with her brother, it didn't make sense to me. Because he wasn't like kicking you out and you don't feel safe. So why not just stay with your brother a little while longer until you can get, go to some therapy and get your footing and feel like a independent woman part 2, Destiny's Child. What you think about a girl like this? Try to control me, boy, you get dismissed. There's a time in life, don't you come out here, where you need to feel like independent woman part 1, and then there's another time in life where you need to feel like independent woman part 2. Part 2 is way better than part 1. Part 1 is just, the girls love it or whatever. Oh, my women, independent. The girls love it, but I personally couldn't do without. Ooh, girl, the ghetto. It's cute. It makes me think of Lucy Liu, and Lucy Liu makes me happy. So we have that going for us. But anyway, so it was a wind chime outside, and she was finna go beat it down with a bat. Like she jumpy. She going through. In the meantime, she gets a call, honey, down to the 911 about somebody, sick and shut in. And a woman calls and she's like, they're not doing too well. He's not doing well. We're having an eating contest and he's just not doing well. So they get out there, girl, and the eating contest, the prize is a bearded dragon. I think it was, because that wasn't no iguana, honey. She was heavy. And I turned to my mama and said, if the prize is a bearded dragon, the food they're eating is bugs. It has to be bugs, because these are white people. White people don't make sense, but I kind of I'm half white in my speech, in certain terms, certain moments. So I can give it to you like this. I looked at the white people. I looked at the bearded dragon. I said, they having an eating contest to win the bearded dragon. White people logic says eat bugs. So they get to trying to resuscitate. He didn't stop breathing or whatever. They start to try to incubate or whatever, and a bunch of crickets start flying out his mouth. Live. They jumping, knucking, bucking, and ready to fight. They come in the club, shaking their dress, throwing these bugs and busting these heads. And he still can't breathe, so they get down in there and pull this big chunk of something out of his body. I was like, no, God, please. But no, it was awful. It was absolutely awful. Crickets just flying out of his mouth. But I also knew when the 911 call came, she said, this is so-and-so with blah blah exotic animals and animal parts. And I said, it's finna be something with exotic animals. Then I saw the bearded dragon and I saw the white people and I said bugs. So I was disturbed, I was disgusted, but I knew it was coming, and that was good for me. Anyway, they got him squared away, and all the while they were recording. The redhead heifer to get on my nerves. She was recording. Her and her crew were recording, trying to get their story together. And all the while, Bobby was like, "Can y'all move? Dang, move! Get out the way! Get out the way! Get out the way! Move!" But she dropped her things. Get your things. Get your things. But yeah, they got him squared away. We moving on. In the background, Athena Bernadine's daughter, whom I don't know her name, so I'm gonna call her Chloe, because I think her name was Chloe on something at one point in time. Chloe, who I really think we need to have a sit-down conversation to see how she feeling. She on her way to homecoming. And again, she wearing her hair straight. And when you a black girl with curly hair like she got, and you wear your hair straight all the time, you going through something. You're going through something. So, she on her way to homecoming, and she on this particular diet, and she trying to go through these things. And I'm like, y'all need to keep an eye on that diet. Y'all need to keep an eye on that girl. You know, she's fragile. She's sensitive. She's sensitive. I got my good eye on her. Because back when she was on Mistresses, when she was playing Rochelle Eight's daughter over on Mistresses, she was running away and carrying on, running off with her daddy, who was a murderer or something. I don't know. But she was doing the most. She be doing the most every time I see her. She doing the most. So I keep my eye on her. I ain't watch her in that show with Kylie Bunbury called Pitch. I never watched Pitch, but I know she was doing the most, because when you see her, she does that. Anyway, she on her way to homecoming or whatever, and Bobby's feeling some kind of way because she, I'm assuming she's a little bit older than Brooke would have been. But still, a little girl hitting milestones in life makes you think of your deceased child. It makes it. Why is this little boy running in the street? Get him. Cars coming and he just running in circles in the middle of what kind of carrying on? Ooh, the ghetto. So Bobby feels some kind of way and all of that. In the meantime, girl, there's a bodybuilding competition, and one of the muscle men gets stuck like this. He's stuck and he's screaming. He just Coming to find out, his whole body done Charlie horsed, and his name was Charlie. They said, we got to get you some fluids and things and all of this and potassium and yada yada. What have you been doing? Have you had any water? Are you taking steroids? He said, no, I'm not on steroids, because the camera is right in his face. So Bobby's like, hey, move around, scoot, move. And once they moved the camera, even though the camera was still in the vicinity, it didn't make sense, but they moved the camera over slightly. He says, I'm on steroids. Oh, I used to go with him. Hey, he's looking cute. Looking like he ain't got a job, but he looking cute. Anyway, he's growing his hair out. That's good for him. I hope he don't see me in the sky, but we gonna act like we don't know each other, because that's what I do. That's what I do best. But yeah, he Lord Jesus. You got to make sure that people don't speak to you if they see you. Okay. I be going through so much. This is why I need to move. So I'll see people, but I won't know them. Because I see a bunch of people out here that I know. And this ain't even my Walmart. This ain't my local Walmart. This is my grandmama Walmart. Why everybody out here? The ghetto. Anyway. Dude say he on steroids, long story short, and they can, treat him differently now that they know he's on steroids. They can do other things, because whatever they were going to do if he was on steroids, it was like not going to work or going to kill him or something. Like, we needed to know without a shadow of a doubt that you are on steroids. So they got that information. They got him squared away. Ghost Whisperer gets a phone call from a woman who she's on the line, but she's not saying anything. And that sends Ghost Whisperer back into, oh my Lord Jesus, back when I was beat, I called the police and I didn't say a word. And Ghost Whisperer was like, if I think I know what's going on. If you need help, just let me know. Pretend like you're talking to a friend. Pretend like you're ordering a pizza. Something. Because I think most people know when you're in a domestic violence situation and you call the police and you pretend to be ordering a pizza, or not even just the domestic violence, but if you're in danger and you call the police and pretend to order a pizza, they will send somebody, out to you. But the thing is, if you call the police, generally they're going to send somebody out to you anyway. Around here, around these parts. I remember I was about 4. And I picked up a phone and it didn't have a dial tone. So I was like, oh, this phone don't work, whatever. And I just dialed a number. That number happened to be 911. And I was at my auntie's house. And they sent the police out to see, hey, is everybody all right? What's going on? But it was just me. I just had dialed 911. On the phone, it wasn't buzzing. I was like, oh, it don't work. Let me call 911. I don't know. I was 4. Like, you can't. It's 4-year-old logic. Anywho. I can't believe I have memories that are older than 20 years, but okay, here we are. But yeah, Ghost Whisperer I guess they get disconnected, and she goes on into the break room, and she upset, and one of the little ladies comes on in there and is like, we have resources, we can get you, you can talk to a counselor if things are too much, if the job gets to be too much. And she's like, well, it's not just the job. I mean, it was the job at that moment, but it's not just the job. It's these other things. And I'm like, but you could talk about those things with the resource you have. She just told you that they have a resource for you. Go to the resource and tell the resource that the trauma that you've experienced prior may affect your job, how you act on your job, and have her give you some skills to help you on both the job and in real life, like the ghetto. Anyway, she going through so much. In the meantime, we see at the fire station, they have had brownies, and everybody's just, oh, look at the universe and the stars, and we like, oh, they high. Who done gave them some weed brownies? And the high starts getting crazier. And, we looking like, okay, first it was looking like weed. Now it's looking a little sketchier. Like, where we at now? And so Athena shows up to a call. They had to go in, and do they just not have regular EMTs? The firefighters just are the EMTs? In LA, I never had to call a firefighter or an EMT when I was out there. But I have seen actual EMTs and ambulances. So I'm just like, why the firefighters always going on the ambulance calls? We ain't seen them put out a fire since, Lord. They just been out there EMTing. When is they gonna put out a fire? Anyway, they get out there and it's, toddlers and tiaras, girl. One of the mamas done hit the other mama in the face with a shoe, and the shoe is inside of her face. It was inside of her face. Oh, the ghetto. When I say I had to close mine eyes because mine eyes had seen the glory, I was disturbed and I couldn't. Okay, can you get out for her like that? Ugh, the ghetto. The ghetto. It looked like her son, but he was up on, what this is. This is the South. This is a certain part of the South where things go on. Anyway, the shoe was in her face, and we didn't really see how they got them squared away because the whole squad was high boots. Come to find out, girl, that somebody had laced the brownies with LSD, and everybody was on a trip. A trip. Came through tripping. Trip. Why you can't just take the basket back inside? I don't understand people who bring you bring the basket all the way out here to just leave it in the parking lot. Most of the time, folks ain't got that much stuff. Like, just leave the basket inside or take the basket back inside. It ain't gonna kill you. One of my pet peeves. But anyway, she doing the most. Everybody was doing the most. They was tripping. We get back to the fire station, and Bobby on the roof. And Athena goes up there and is like, let me go get my man, because he tripping for real. He tripping, but he tripping. He tripping and he tripping. He tripping. And she goes up there and gets him, and he talking about how Brooke is floating in the sky behind her, and can't you see her? She right there. And she's like, no, I'm unable. I didn't take the LSD, and even if I did, I really don't know what she looked like. Cause say my daughter, I wouldn't have seen her. I might have seen maybe my grandmama or somebody that's going on the glory. But no, I don't see Brooke. She didn't give all that, but I did. And she gets him off the roof and down off his trip, and he's feeling some kind of way because he feels like he broke his sobriety. And it's like, well, you didn't do it. Somebody did it on your behalf, and that's a big felony. That is a felony. When I was trying to figure out who may have dosed him, because I'm sitting here thinking it was the reporter heifer, trying to get, since Bobby wouldn't cooperate, the reporter heifer brought some brownies and tried to thwart the plans. That ain't actually what happened, but I thought it was, because she kept recording. She was like, let's record all of this. So Athena gets him on down and tells him, look, it wasn't you. Somebody pushed you off the wagon. You didn't just fall off the wagon. Don't you drive fast like that. Little boy is too little to be in the front seat. He needs a booster seat. The ghetto. I'm really out here raising everybody's kids. Anyway. Long story short, girl, the person that dosed the brownies, they found out through the piece that the blonde, what's her name, girl, the redhead reporter lady put out. The piece was nice. It was, it didn't have no craziness in it, but they did see the bearded dragon lady saying, well, I just really wish I could give them something to take away all of that stress. And Bobby was like, it was her. It was this heifer. So they go to get her and arrest her and, get her squared away. She going to jail for a long time. Because you cannot drug. First of all, you can't drug nobody. That's wrong. These babies are little. They need booster seeds. This boy he's got to be 2 at most in this front seat. Girl, the ghetto. Because if you have a car accident, that baby is going to slide right out from between that seatbelt. People don't value their children. Whose auntie is this? Why is the baby not in a booster? Anyway, drugging anybody is a big crime. But drugging a government official on duty, a civil servant on duty, oh girl, I wouldn't want to face them charges. I'd rather murder somebody. I would rather murder another black person, not a white person, because the girl, the ghetto. I would rather murder somebody else than go drug and endanger the lives of, because Bobby was on the roof, so they're going to use that in the case. Because he could have fell to his death. Drugging and endangering the lives of civil servants on duty? Ooh, the ghetto. The ghetto. Anyway, at the end of the episode, Chimney goes to visit Ghost Whisperer and brings her a present. And as much as I don't care about the two of them, I care about Chimney more. And he needs a storyline, so maybe he'll make me care about Ghost Whisperer. The end. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm finna go in the store and get my grandmama her groceries. And I see y'all. Peace.